Hey everyone, we are going to do a video today on reviewing the distributive property. This is going to be a bit of a warm-up for our unit where we deal with standard form and factored form of quadratics. Let's recall that the distributive property is used to share what is outside of the brackets with what is inside the brackets. So an easy example to think is about sharing a cake at a party. So like we have the cake here, and here are all the people at the party. Everybody wants a piece of the cake, and so the cake has to be shared with each person individually, okay? And then at the end, so we're sharing the cake, we're sharing the cake, we're sharing the cake, and then at the end, everybody has a piece of cake for themselves, okay? So that's the idea here. Distributive property is not new, and so hopefully this is just a quick review for you. Let's get started. Practice with some numbers. So we have 3 times x plus 1 here. We're going to multiply 3 times x to be 3x, and 3 times 1 to be positive 3. Number 2, 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Number 3, 5 times 6 plus x, so we do 5 times 6, which is 30, and 5 times x, which is 5x. Here we go, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times x is 8x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x, negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now let's do some examples where x has a coefficient, okay? So that's a number right beside the x's we can see here. Remember, all we have to do is we're going to multiply the numbers together, just like we had done before. 2 times 3x, so we're going to do 2 times 3, which is 6, so I have 6x, plus 2 times 2, which is 4. Next example, 8 times 2x is 16x. 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. Negative 9 times 4x is negative 36x. Negative 9 times positive 3 is negative 27. 2 times negative 3x is negative 6x. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. 10 times negative 4x is negative 40x. And 10 times negative 6 is negative 60. Finally, negative 2 times negative 3x is positive 6x. Negative 2 times negative 9 is positive 18. Okay, and then let's do one more practice when we have x on the outside. So remember, when you multiply two variables together, their exponents add. So in our first example here, I have an x that has an invisible 1 and an invisible 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. The next example, I have a squared and then I have an invisible 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Finally, if I have an x cubed and an x to the power of 4, 3 plus 4 is 7. Now in this unit, we're not going to go very high with the numbers, but it's just important to remember. The other thing is that if x has a coefficient, just like we saw in the previous example, the coefficients need to multiply too. So I'm going to do x times x, that gives me x squared, and x times 2, which is 2x. I'm going to do x times x again, that's x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. X squared times x is going to be x to the power of 3 because we have a 2 and then an invisible 1. And then x squared times 3 is 3x squared. I go 2x times 3x, so my coefficients have to multiply. 2 times 3 is 6, and then x times x is x squared. And then 2x plus 1 is 2x. Negative 4x times 2x is going to give me, we do negative 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. X times x is x squared. And then I do negative 4 times, or negative 4x times negative 10, that gives me positive 40x. And finally, negative 9x times negative x. When you just have the negative sign here, it's like it's an invisible 1. So I go negative 9x times negative 1x. That gives me negative 9 times negative 1 is 9. X times x is x squared. Negative 9x times positive 2 is negative 18x. And that's it, folks. Good job.